What's up, nerds, and how we living? This is Biss Knows Ball, and on today's episode, we're going to talk stash, cash, or trash. 3 young wide receivers that are currently back-to-back in Keep Trade Cuts Dynasty wide receiver rankings. We're talking Jayden Reed, Josh Downs, and Jalen McMillan. Let's start at the top with Jayden Reed. Jayden Reed is 24 years old. Last year, he was top 15 in yards per route run. He was around guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown and CeeDee Lamb, a pretty good group to be in. He also ranks top 10 in catch percentage around guys like Ladd McConkey and Jamar Chase. You ever heard of them too? Yeah, Jamar Chase is pretty good at football. He also had a 9.07 average depth of target, meaning he's not just operating around the line of scrimmage and getting those low value screens, and he's not just catching deep bombs. He's right in that range that we like to see our wide receiver ones producing, like Garrett Wilson and Devonta Smith. His knock was his target share. He only earned 16% target share, and that's not really because of him, I believe. It's just so many mouths to feed, and Jordan Love spreads the ball so much. So in this exercise, he is a stash for me in hopes that we get a consolidation of targets, and then Jayden Reed can take off to the moon. Our second guy that we're going to talk about is Josh Downs of the Indianapolis Colts. Josh Downs was third last year in yards per route run, only behind Drake London and Malik Neighbors, and he actually finished ahead of A.J. Brown. That's pretty impressive. I wouldn't have guessed, unless I looked it up, I wouldn't have guessed that. He earned a 26% target share, which is a high-end wide receiver one score in that metric, meaning he's getting open, he's demanding targets. The problem is, who's throwing him the ball? Like, is it AR-15? Is it Danny Dimes? I really have questions with the Indianapolis Colts and their QB situation. Obviously, so do they. That's why they brought in Danny Dimes to compete with AR-15. And because of that, I am going to trash Josh Downs. And finally, Jalen McMillan of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, Jalen McMillan is strictly eye test. He finished the year super strong with Godwin out. The last 5 weeks, he scored 7 touchdowns. He has the highest average depth of target of the group that we're talking about here at 12.14 yards, which means he's out there just catching Baker bombs, right? But that also could be boom bust. I like Jalen McMillan. I like the film. I was super excited for him if they didn't re-sign Chris Godwin, but they did. Maybe the owner isn't aware that they re-signed Chris Godwin. Maybe they're just looking at how strong they finished. He's a wide receiver coming into year 2, and people like to bet on wide receivers coming into year 2. So for those reasons, I'm cashing out on Jalen McMillan and that super strong finish to the year, knowing that they re-signed Godwin and his upside is going to be capped.